Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the president of Nigeria, has declared state of emergency in Rivers State. Not just that, he also suspends the Rivers State governor and his deputy with House of Assembly members. Let me explain.
In the circumstances, having soberly reflected on and evaluated the political situation in Rivers State, and the governor and deputy governor of Rivers State, having failed to make a request to me as president to issue this proclamation as required by Section 305, Paragraph 5 of the 1999 Constitution as amended, it has become inevitably compelling for me to invoke the provision of the Section 305 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, to declare a state of emergency in Rivers State with effect from today, 18th March, year 2025, and I so do.
Now, this is all you need to know about the state of emergency in Rivers State and the implication. First of all, you need to understand that for this state of emergency to take effect and for the governor to be fully suspended, the House of Assembly needs to deliberate on it and pass it to the Senate, and the Senate President must approve it before the suspension and the state of emergency can have effect. Anyway, you know the House of Assembly and the Nigerian Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, they might approve it speedily. Also, you need to understand that this is not the first time that the state of emergency has been declared in Nigeria or any state in Nigeria. First, it happened during the time of Obasanjo. In 2004, in Plateau State, state of emergency was declared and the governor and the deputy governor with House of Assembly members were suspended during the time of Obasanjo. Still during the time of Obasanjo, in Ekiti State was declared state of emergency and the governor and the deputy governor were suspended also with the House of Assembly members. Now in 2025, Bola Ahmed Tinubu has suspended the governor of Rivers State and also declared state of emergency in Rivers State. Remember, those states I just mentioned now where the states declared state of emergency and their governors and all the executives were suspended. In 2013, Goodluck Jonathan declared state of emergency in Adamawa State, but he did not suspend the governor and also all the executive and House of Assembly members were not suspended. Same thing happened in Borno State during the time of Goodluck Jonathan. He declared state of emergency due to insecurity in Borno State, and the governors and the deputy governors and all the executive, including the state assemblies, were not suspended. In 2013, Goodluck Jonathan also repeated the same thing in Yobe State, where he declared state of emergency but did not suspend the governor or the executive, including the state assemblies, only declared state of emergency. Now, what is the implication of Bola Ahmed Tinubu declaring state of emergency in Rivers State and suspending Simi Fubara, the first Ijaw man to become a governor in Rivers State since 1999? Remember, Rivers State is one of the biggest oil producing states in Nigeria, and the Ijaw people are the largest indigenes in Rivers State. And since 1999, an Ijaw man has never become a governor in Rivers State, and this is the first time they are becoming a governor, and the governor has been suspended. Maybe might not come back as a governor again. Now, remember before now, a lot of threat has been coming from Ijaw people stating that if Simi Fubara is ever impeached, that there will be problem in the state. So it means that a war might be looming in Rivers State. Now, what other thing would have been done instead of declaring state of emergency or maybe suspending the state of assembly and the governor himself? Remember, this whole issue in Rivers State is about Godfatherism. Wike is still trying to get hold on Rivers State, while Simi Fubara is refusing Wike to still have a hold on Rivers State. What would Bola Ahmed Tinubu done instead of declaring state of emergency? He would have simply talked to Wike to remove his hand from Rivers State and focus on being the FCT minister. But anyway, he decided to, suspend the governor of Rivers State and declare state of emergency for the next 6 months. Now, the president has appointed the administrator that will be in charge of Rivers State for the next 6 months while the suspension and the state of emergency last. The new administrator of Rivers State now will now be the retired naval officer who is now a military, meaning that military will now be in charge of Rivers State for the next 6 months. Now, it will also interest you that the new naval officer that will be in charge of Rivers State for the next 6 months is an ally of Wike, which they've been pictured in several occasions. They're close friends, allegedly. Remember, this does not mean that Simi Fubara has been sacked. He might come back or might not come back as the governor of Rivers State. Remember, before the National Assembly and the Senate can make this suspension and the state of emergency effective, Simi Fubara can approach the court and challenge his suspension. But anyway, he might not succeed in court because those he's going to meet in court are still the Wikes and the Tinubus. Remember, Simi Fubara, the suspended Rivers State governor, is democratically elected governor the same way the president Bola Ahmed Tinubu is also, in quotes, democratically elected. A lot of people are currently arguing that Tinubu cannot, the president of Nigeria cannot suspend a democratically elected governor, that it is not possible. But anyway, it has happened. This is all I can bring for you right now. If there's any other thing that will come up later, I will come here to explain. But before I explain again, please do not forget to
enjoy your weekend.
ABC, Nigeria, from top to bottom.